The following presentation does not represent Australian opinion or intellect. We do not speak for any religious order or ethnic minority. We are not political scientists or uni graduates. We're insignificant upper-lower class scum, comparing notes and airing grievances. It's just our opinion. Deal with it.
No way that GST will ever be part of our policy.
Never ever.
Never ever, it's dead.
If they don't like it, go back to where they're from.
It is a big idea.
You know, we don't need them.
A new world order. By 1990, no Australian child will be living in poverty.
Welcome, Skull and Bones.
This is they jumping that Ramsey thing. Oh, the brother. How creepy is that cunt, man? Smiling and shit.
Yeah, he's fine.
Like a smiling like a tard. Like,
No, I didn't. I actually haven't read anything about the brother.
it's really weird.
I've read a bit about
Yeah,
St. John
yeah.
Ramsey, but in the case, like they implicate, like they
Everybody. Everyone's fucked.
Everyone's fucked, man. Hang on a second. Is this even working? I haven't tested shit out. Oh no, is it? Yeah, this is alright. We're fine.
Syphilis.
Hang on. Nah, you. Plug it, turn your thing on.
Hello?
Yeah, you're fine now.
Hello?
Yeah, you went on.
So the switch comes towards you, right?
Yeah, it's got to be at the top of the mic. Everyone's, yeah. How about you?
I'm good.
That's chewing on a sandwich. I haven't even eaten. I had like, yeah, I said I'm going to have a bowl of cereal and I'm out. Man, I had like nothing left. I realised I haven't done
I was
groceries.
gonna smash this half and...
Dude, I haven't done groceries since... I'm down to doing groceries once a week, like no more than that. Not even for like top-ups. I got no money. Look, dude, that's what's left of my money. I bought a coffee with it this morning, man. I swear. $5 coffee from...
$5? Dude, $7-11 coffees, man.
Remember what I said to you the other day? He's like, go out for coffees, let him pay. I go, fuck that. 7-Eleven. I'll do an account balance and then get the receipt, and it says free coffee with your receipt.
Tough times.
The funny part is you do an account balance at 7-Eleven because it's a Bank West terminal, and it doesn't cost anything.
Yeah.
That's why I was going to do an account balance there.
Get a free coffee.
So I get a free account balance and free coffee at the same time, man. Actually, you know what? There's something, I don't know if it's going to be in the paper, man. I just saw it on the way out of the house. I didn't get to say it.
Talk to me.
There's a kid, it was just like a news break on TV about a kid that was too big to be playing rugby in his, with kids his own age.
I just saw the video of it.
Yeah, I only saw it, I didn't get to read about it or anything. I just caught my ears just as I was leaving.
Kid was a beast, man.
Yeah, I saw the
He's like
video.
under 9s or something, under 10s. Dude, he was just...
But the kid's huge, yeah?
Dude.
But he was banished from playing because he's too big.
They were, what's it called? Contesting it or whatever.
Saying it's unfair.
It's unfair.
Yeah, but the kid's in the age limit. So I don't see what the issue is. It's not his fault that he's bigger than the other kids.
I don't mean.
He was pretty monstrous. Like he looked physically like big, like massive compared to the rest of the kids.
But if you think about it, if you put him up against like under 14s, 15s, because he's that big. Like he's a big kid. Like he'll be the same size as other kids, but he won't have that physical capability of...
I don't know. Because I tried to think about, like, the relevance, like, with... remember I was saying this was a search for common sense, like this podcast?
Yeah.
That was, like, straight away, I was went, okay, so what would common sense be? Put him up against bigger kids? Did you guys ever play sport against, like... Say you were, like, 12. Did you ever compete at under 14s or 15s?
Yeah,
like,
we did, with footy.
Yeah, I did as well. When I did karate, man, like, even taekwondo, I was always put in the next levels up because I was always ahead of, like, the curve, basically. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not talking about full contact. Like,
No,
I'm talking about just in grading and in...
Young Bruce Lee over here.
Actually, that's not even a joke, man. I remember...
Size of this kid here. Found the video.
I haven't seen him.
Yeah.
Quite
Dude,
large.
he's just taking kids out. I'm talking flipping kids over. I mean, he's a big kid.
He's pretty big, but still, I mean, in my opinion, I think...
I mean, look at the ferocious in him, man. He just grabs that kid by the throat and throws him. It's just...
No one has a chance of tackling that kid.
Nah. Mate, we would play against him and be like, look, man.
He's up, buddy.
He's just shrugging them off like nothing.
Yeah, man. Like, no, just flicking them. Just tack.
Oh, well, the coach has to come up with better tactics to take that beast down.
It's every week.
He
It's
probably,
how
he
we
probably
take this kid out.
scores like 12 tries a game, man. Like, just give it to him.
He goes to take a piss, and all of a sudden, now the team becomes like completely on the offense, and like, oh my god, like, 80 tries in 5 seconds, and then.
So what's common sense in this?
Yeah, common sense. I don't know. Like, he's got a point about you can't put him up against the oldest kids because, like, even mentally, he wouldn't be developed, to compete.
But that's like under 10, so he'd be like 19 years old.
Come on, he's not that big. Is he?
He's a decent sized kid, man. You should see the video. He's flipping kids over and he's fucking.
He's like double.
But
the size
again,
of
it's
the other
not
kids.
his fault
Yeah.
that he's that size. But I can understand the parents on the other side of other kids going, man, that kid's going to break my kid's neck.
Do you
Like,
send your little boy to like soccer and lines up against fucking Zangief? Yeah, this kid's got back hair.
yeah.
Look
Look at this.
this is what I saw on TV quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Like, dude,
Kid's a monster.
kid's like diving at his legs, and he's just like,
They're just bouncing off.
dude, the ref looks like he's smaller than him, man.
They need like a kid from Mighty Ducks with the lasso to like lasso him.
Man,
I'll get him, boys.
the kid fell down, and he's just fucking just bulldozing through cunts.
Yeah, like no games, man. Like, that's not even.
He's even looking for kids to take out. I swear.
He's looking around with the ball.
He's running into the open park, just like, and just sent like crushing this kid's chest.
Like Waterboy style.
Yeah.
Man, not even, dude, he's bulldozing these kids.
You know what it reminds me of? When they try Waterboy, right? And they try to test it out with a towel boy and stuff, and he comes on 2 seconds, and he gets taken out like
Clothesline into the never, just bang. But you know what sucks, man? Like, I'm watching this video, and it's sad. Because, like, this kid, like, man, this kid's calves are bigger than mine, man.
No, he's a big.
And he's under 9s.
Yeah.
That's insane. But you know what's fucked up about that, right? Is not only is there a safety issue, yeah? Like, kids are going to get, like, those kids trying to tackle him, they're fucking getting run over. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that would hurt me, let alone, like, this guy would come up a bit sore, be like, fucking little bastard. Right? That's fucked.
Yeah.
Now, that's not only just fucked because the kid's, like, physically killing everyone else, it's also messed up because, A, the kid's defending him, their psyche is battered. Like, there's all strategy goes out the window. They're all just chasing the massive unit, trying to bring him down.
Like 4 of them trying to, like, grab
and they're
him.
throwing in their hardest and getting flung away
Yeah.
like they're nothing.
Yeah.
So it's just like, well, there goes my confidence for the rest of the week. But then, what about the kid's teammates? Because right off the first roll, they're just passing it to him, and the rest of the kids are just walking
and he's
behind him.
steamrolling. It takes the enjoyment out of the game.
Dude,
So maybe move him up one division.
Maybe one
Sounds
division.
fair.
I would have figured the common sense thing would have been to move him up one division.
One division.
1, 2,
But
even
again,
2.
But again, yeah. What if kids are getting smaller these days? Have you seen some of the kids these days? Like,
Really?
yeah. And if you look at like under 12s and even under 13s, they look like midgets.
Is that just because we're older? I don't know.
Nah, I reckon they're getting a little smaller. Like, I don't know. But you're right. It takes the enjoyment out of the game for the kids.
Man, I wouldn't want to play. Like, if I was one of his teammates, what was the kid's name? John. I wouldn't want to be on that team because like, fuck this. Every week we just pass to John and we just stand there.
Yeah. We'll win a trophy, but we didn't do it. He did.
I thought the common sense thing would have been to put the kid up. I'm not saying throw him into the under 21s, right?
Go get him, son.
Yeah. Like, I'm not saying that.
Kid gets his first start for Melbourne Storm at 12.
He's got the hands with the knuckles, like the hair on the knuckles and the
tape
fingers.
around the head with the ears.
He's got cauliflower ears at 12. Like, what the fuck happened to this cunt? No.
Not have a durry.
I'm not.
He's 12.
I'm not saying move him into 21s, but if he's under 9, so he's 8 years old, man, and he's the size of me,
Yeah.
right? Common sense would say, I'll bump him up a few divisions, and it would probably teach him a bit of discipline. Because if he's that big now, in his head, he's just thinking, just steamroll anyone, man.
Yeah. So I'd pump him up to probably 12s, 13s.
Do you reckon he'd be a bully at school? Do you reckon he'd be pushing cunts around?
No, I reckon he'd be the quiet kid.
You reckon?
But I reckon he just takes it out on the footy field.
Just lets loose on the oval.
Dude, watch that video again. Because he's actually
He
like...
was throating kids. Like, he was actually
he's
grabbing them by
throwing
the
him,
throat.
but he's swung around on the wing, and he could have just gone straight for the line, but instead he sort of curved around.
steamrolled
Looked
some
at
other
my-
kid.
Look at my opponents, yeah.
and he's looking around trying to steamroll other kids.
Yeah, man. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't look right. That's fucked up.
It's not right.
Move him up one division, problem solved, case closed.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you start steamrolling, move him up again.
Kids are still bouncing off him, one more division.
Oh, man. I had indoor on Monday. Do you know who we played?
Bayswater possums.
Yeah, no. We're playing it next week.
Sweet.
No,
Watch-
we
they're
played the
good.
team that we played like ages ago. The last couple of days, I've been like since the last podcast, right? Edited the last podcast, listened to that until I ran into the ground, and I thought, you know what? Let's bring it back. And I started listening from like 5 all the way up to the election episode. Then I got it like 2 deep in after Nick had left. I heard like all these stories, so many stories from like indoor. We played the team that had the dad that I told off
remember
about
that.
raising an asshole for a son. Yeah. Because I got there, and I've been dead like since Saturday. Like I left work early. I've seen you. I haven't seen him. I left work early on Saturday. I had that viral thing. I was fucked. Went back to work. I was saying to Johnny, I've literally been living on codgerals and coffee the last 4 days. Just to push
Your
through.
immune system just trying to keep it up.
Poor little liver, just
Yeah,
please
man.
no more. Can't take any more.
And I did like the double ender shifts as well again. Like Sunday was a full shift, so 9:30 to 6 p.m. and then up at 4 on Monday to go back at 5. And then like another full and then I went to indoor and then same thing again yesterday, right? But man, I got to indoor and I was in a daze because I'm just like, what the fuck am I doing here? Like I should be at home on the couch. I got there and I just saw the dad. This time the whole entourage was gone, like his wife, the whole bench was empty, except for the dad, and he had his arms crossed just sitting there. And he looked up, he looked at me, and his eyes just bugged out, like he just fucking...
Not this guy.
Yeah, and I didn't notice it at the start. I'm like, what's this guy looking at? I just started getting ready. And then when I ran onto the field just to run around a bit, I turned around and he was sitting there with his arms crossed just staring at me, and I'm like, oh, it's the dad!
Yeah.
Because then I saw like the rest of his son and all the rest of the cunts running around. Man.
Did you win?
Death stares the entire game. Because I was out of it, I couldn't breathe. I was hanging back, like playing defensive all game. I just kept saying to the boys, just go forward, go forward. I've got the back line, don't worry about it. Yeah. His cup was staring at me and I just started getting vocal. I couldn't be fucked. Just like screaming just to amp everyone up because we had no subs. That was the other thing. So I was
Those full games for everyone.
Yeah, if it was a sub, I would have been sitting on the bench with him, just trying to breathe. But this time I was just like hunched over in the back line, like, yeah, do it. And then they pumped up. They got to 3-3. Right? It was a close game. Like we had to try. There wasn't an easy win.
We
right?
had to try.
Yeah, it wasn't an easy
It wasn't
win.
just rock up and win. Like,
No, it wasn't. But like he was getting cocky, like he was filming his son. Like that's not being cocky, but he was like standing up, standing at inside the actual arena, like at the corner.
Yeah.
Like I was just kept thinking, fucking someone peg him with the ball, just to get him back outside, like where he's meant to be. He's not a fucking coach. And then he started getting vocal, like when one of the kids scored a goal. I was like, yeah, give it, like like the run started at 3-3. And I was saying, all right, cunt, I'll give you something to film. I turned around and looked at him. Like, I was just hunched over in the back. Turned and looked at him, just gave him this grin, and he's just like, well, yeah, what's he smiling at? Ran forward, did like a Maradona, man. Ran forward, pummeled this goal in, man. Just, bah! Turned around like,
His highlights reel.
had the arms out, like just
Top over the head.
I think that brought us back to 3-3. I think we were losing 2-3.
Should have gone up to his phone and kissed it. You know how they kiss the camera?
I ran back and I was like I was screaming and like pumping the heart like as I was running back. And Ho was in the golf thing. He's like, "You funny cunt!" Like, nah, fuck this. And I just looked at the dad again. He's just like red. And then after that, I ran back, got a breather, and then ran back up forward. I was like, fuck this, one more, man. I ran back up forward, did some miraculous run, Pele'd it into the bottom corner of the right. And as I run back, I put the finger to the lips, like, shh. And then done like the Hogan, like, listening thing.
Oh, that's cocky.
Yeah. Ran back to the back line. I was out of breath. I was fucked. And I just looked at him again. He didn't
Dad's
say
just
shit.
grinding his teeth at this
Yeah,
stage.
oh, man.
Do you reckon they can't be sitting at home looking at the replays just on his rocking check? I'm going to get him. I'm going to get him.
Yeah. No, I couldn't stop laughing, mate, because I listened to the podcast beforehand about me talking about that team, and then when I saw him, I just died. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be fucking hilarious. It was just funny because the last time when they were there, they had the whole entourage there, the whole family, man, the wife, the kids, like everyone. This time it was cleared out. There was no one there, man, just him,
Just old man Rivers.
yeah.
Old man Rivers.
You know what, man? I was actually saying, I remember hearing about, where did I hear about it? I think a comedian was talking about, I think Louis C.K. was talking about it, like, years ago. Like, you know when you go to events, it was Louis C.K. He was doing a bit about being at, like, his daughter's prom or, like, debutante ball, some shit. Mm-hmm. And he goes, and all these parents with, like, iPads, like, holding the iPads up, filming their kids.
Yeah.
Like, holding the fucking iPad in front of their faces.
Yeah.
And it's like, you're never going to watch this fucking footage ever again. Like, your kid is in front of you, put the fucking iPad down and watch your child.
Be in the moment.
Yeah. How do you guys feel about that, man?
I agreed 100% with that.
You reckon?
I'd tape. See, if my kid was playing footy, like, in a grand final.
Yeah.
Or something like that, just something that was memorable for it. I'd tape some bits, like, and put, like, a little highlights package or something. But most of the game, I'd be watching it. And just abusing other parents. Like, that's just my call. I would be. You know that.
Yeah, no, I know you do.
And if another kid's parents arced up, like, you should, like, just tell them to sit the fuck down. But I'd be watching it more than taping. Because that's memory in your mind. Like, yeah, you'd tape it and stuff, and I'd tape some bits. I'd tape a little bit. But not the whole thing. It wouldn't be like, you know.
Do you tape your little girl at ballet?
No.
You take photos?
Do that. I do more of that at home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you don't stand there with, like, your phone out.
No. I just stand there and watch.
Fucking, I don't know what it is.
You know, it's like people when they go to concerts. Right, now these days. And everyone's got their phones out.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, dude, like,
Yeah, you're
the
ruining-
band's
you're
right in
ruining the
front of
moment.
you.
Yeah.
And like, I saw a Metallica concert recently, right? And everyone had their phones out.
Yeah.
Metallica's right in front of you. Live that moment.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing, man. When I went to Ritz, I pulled my phone out. I took a couple photos of him.
Yeah, that's cool. You can take a couple
I took a couple photos of him, right? Then I took like a 15-second clip to send to cousin of mine who didn't make it. He was going to come. I go, look where I ended up, dumb cunt. You're missing out. And that was it. I didn't film anything ever.
Because you live in that moment.
Yeah.
Because when I look back, like even when we went to Metallica in 2011, like we took photos and stuff like that, but we didn't sit there and tape the whole show because we lived in that moment. We were like, man, that's so cool. You know, everyone else.
I
had
remember,
phones out.
man. I remember back in 2008 was when I first was going away to Southeast Asia for my first trip, and we were all at like a going away, but we're just having a barbie or whatever. And one of the boys was like, "Oh, you're taking a camera with you, like a handy cam, and I'll lend you my one. I bought it just before we went to Greece, like Mickey Mouse." I said, "I don't know, man. It's one more thing to lose." He's like, "Yeah, true." He goes, "Oh, you know what, man?" He goes, "You don't want to be behind the camera the entire time."
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck that. He goes, "Yeah, you're right." He goes, I sort of regretted half of the time that I had it. When I was a kid, man, like my old man used to videotape like everything.
Same.
Everything.
Same.
But that was the mentality back then. It was like, you know, I've got VCRs.
Yeah, VHS tapes. VHS
of
and VCRs.
Like, tapes going nuts because of our childhood and stuff. But these days, it's...
But every video was exactly the same. Just the old man following us around at every fucking
and yelling
event.
at you.
Stop crying.
Yeah.
Come here, look at the camera.
There's actually, dude, there's a film of me in Thailand when I'm 3 years old in the pool, and my dad's filming me for at least 10 minutes, and I'm just crying.
Are you serious?
And he's just got the camera on me for 10 minutes. I'm crying.
Why?
I don't know.
Stop crying, Johnny.
I want to see this tape.
Oh, I can dig it out. But he's just standing
Where are we
there
going to
laughing,
watch
like,
it? Does
filming
anyone
me.
have a VCR?
I think my grandfather might have one in the garage.
Yeah, I'll have to hit up my mum. She might have one somewhere.
VCR.
Can you actually buy VCRs anymore?
Yeah. You can.
I know the last manufacturer of VCRs, I'm pretty sure, has stopped making them. Oh, not VCRs, or actually tapes. Tapes.
Oh, VHS tapes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I bought one probably... It was like a combo, a VHS and DVD in one.
Yeah, my mum had
I bought it for my mum, and it was probably like 6 years ago or something, LG.
Samsung DVD VCR combo on eBay, $50.
You want to buy one for the dojo?
$50.
Yeah, man.
We watch nothing but VCR, like VHS tapes in here.
Dude, that'd be sick. I've got so many tapes.
Yeah, under the staircase at my mum's place is like just Terminator 2. Like,
Yeah, man. Who hasn't got Terminator 2?
Do you know what else I have? I have a bunch of tapes. It's like from Thailand. I got them when I was 3, and it's like world's greatest car crashes and shit.
Oh, that's mad.
And it's just like all this footage from back in the 80s of F1 cars, like
Just
the wing going
snuff
under them and
films.
flipping and shit.
Like the Faces of Death videos.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
they were fucked.
My dad loved that shit, man. I got tons of them.
Raise Online.
Yeah, Grays would be selling them.
But like the best, eBay's your best bet. Kidding me? Big W.
Really?
You kind of like when you do
Oh my
like
god, that is the best thing ever.
when you do see an old video, you kind of just like lose interest pretty quickly. It's kind of like, oh yeah,
Do you?
I do.
I love it, man.
Like, what, old video, you're talking about home movies?
Yeah, just me when I was little.
Yeah, because you've seen him like 100 times.
Like, for us, it'd be funny.
Dude, I'd bring a bottle of scotch and like pack of smokes and just set up for the night, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna be sick.
Johnny's a window into Johnny's childhood. You know what I mean?
Let's try and crack the case.
To be fair, we should be archiving footage for that a current affairs special. You know, like in years to come. We're like, what did you know about Mr. Preacher? Mate, don't worry, we've got it ready.
Come in.
Just stacks him in
Lights of smoke.
Yeah,
How long you got?
here's a little something we prepared earlier from the guys that know him, you know.
Montage.
Yeah, just a montage.
It's one of those old school reels.
Tape to tape, the reel to reel.
Just me burning shit, bugs and stuff.
With a magnifying glass. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, it took a 10-minute video of you fucking crying by the pool in Thailand or whatever. Why?
I don't know.
It's for them. It's memories. For them, it's. Don't forget, back then they didn't have phones where they could just easily take a photo, or they couldn't. You know, you had to get the camera out. Look, you had to load it up with some Kodak or some Fuji.
My girlfriend's the worst for filming and taking photos. Like, she has an iPhone 6, like 16 gig, and she can't take photos anymore because
Same
it's
as
full
mine.
of storage.
Yeah, mine says no storage left.
And it's just full of videos. Like,
What is she taking videos of that? Like a kid?
yeah, but it's always like for social media. Like,
Okay.
it does my head in.
You know what, man? I'd read ages ago. Someone said that we're like the disposable generation because like everything's just like disposable. You know, we don't trade. Man, I remember when I first got my first car and got my first deck put in. I was burning CDs like non-stop. Like I was making bootleg CDs and I was treating them like fucking like before. Hang on. When I was in high school, right, and I used to make bootleg mixes and stuff. I've got a bunch of them still, man. It's like Dim's first mix, 2007, whatever.
Yeah.
Man, they had fucking covers. They had like listings. I took pride in these fucking mix CDs.
We were listening to it when we were setting this place up.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I took pride in these motherfucking things. Then once I got my first car and I was just burning shit all the time, man, like blank CDs, scribble on it like, Mix Wednesday, the rap one, Manson.
Yeah, I'd love to find my old case. Like,
I found them not long ago.
Stupid names that I used to name my mixes.
Dude, I was helping my mum clean out a garage, man, and I found all this shit that I hadn't seen in years. I got funny throwing them out. I'm like, do I want to? But I'm never going to fucking listen to this shit.
When are you going to listen to it?
Now, chances are it's all scratched and whatever. But at the same time, man, like, I still, like with photos, I take a lot of photos, like generally, of like random shit. And that's what I say about technology. Like, I love the fact that, like, you know, like what we're doing right now, I could take a photo of both ears and I could send it to my cousin in Greece.
Yeah.
Right now. And he'll get to see
Instant.
it. Do you remember when, like, you'd take a photo, then take it to the chemist, get developed in a week, and then you'd send it to, like, your cousin?
Yeah,
overseas.
Yeah.
They'd get it in a month.
Yeah, and then they call you and be like, oh, that's really nice.
Yeah.
What? Oh, the photo.
Yeah, I got my hair done. I fucking went blonde the other day. Oh, show me.
It's growing out again.
Yeah, you take a photo. By the time you send it to them and they see it, you fucking,
you've
shaved it. Yeah. I love that about technology, man. And it doesn't make the photos we take any less important or whatever. But then again, some people take stupid fucking photos. But
there was something so cool about going to the fucking chemist and getting the photos back, like just waiting.
Yeah.
Because I used to be really into photography when I was younger,
we all were.
and just waiting for that packet.
And when they tell you, they'd say, come back Wednesday.
It was a special thing.
You finally get it, and you're like, "Fuck, can't wait to
And
see
then
how
1
these
hour
turned out."
photo came out, as in like when you can get the same day service, and you're like, "Oh man, technology's gone through the roof." Like,
I thought you were talking about that movie with Robin Williams. One
Yeah,
hour
that's
photo.
a creepy movie.
I watched it not long ago. It's a fucking sick.
You know that movie still gives me chills.
It's a creepy movie.
I still. Do you remember? Like, you remember that movie?
Because
Obviously,
I
right?
watched it not long ago.
Yeah.
I love thrillers.
What was like your big? What was the first scene that really fucking freaked you out?
I first saw his face.
Just in the first. You mean in the opening scenes?
Just
the
him,
first
like
reveal?
the look of him just creeped me out. Yeah. But I don't know. Like, what was your scene?
Me, like, because you get into it. I don't remember how far along into the movie it is. Yeah. I'm carefully taking the codral out.
It's down to his last.
Yeah, man, that's it. Actually, that is
stations.
my last. I need to buy some more on the way home. The first scene where I just went, fuck, was when he goes to their house and I can't remember if it's a dream sequence or if he actually physically does it, but he walks around the house a bit, like just susses it out. And then there's the shot of him sitting on the toilet, and he's just like using the bathroom, man.
That's creepy.
I was like, what the fuck?
This guy's not right.
Man, you know?
Great movie though.
Yeah. Like, do we include spoilers in this or not?
Yeah.
Yeah, the movie's, how long's that movie been out? 10, 15 years?
Fuck, if you haven't watched it now, you're not going to watch it.
You know what used to get me? Like at the end, you know when he's got like the husband and the whore, and he's got him in the hotel room and he's screaming at him or whatever, and he's like, and then he goes to like comfort her because she's crying or she's scared. He's like, if you fucking touch her, I'll break your arm or some shit. Like, oh man, he's just like, she's screaming at him, man. Like, hey, he's up, man.
Yeah.
Bad, man. It's fucked up.
Sick movie.
Yeah, no, it's pretty sick.
Speaking of sick movies, I've gotten one written down here that I watched that you guys both might really like.
Which one?
So I got we got something the other week, Netflix free for a few months, so I just signed up to it. And
That through Telstra or Optus? Like
it's
Netflix.
just- yeah,
Did you sign up to like Telstra or Optus or something? Because I know with Optus they were pawning it off.
no, because I don't have internet connection at home, I just use Telstra.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I get it from I get my internet connection for free at home, 100%.
Oh yeah, you weren't here.
What?
Yeah, so I figured out if you become a Telstra member, any kind of member,
just sign up.
$2 prepaid member, as I am, yeah, you have access to their Telstra Air network.
What?
So I signed up, bought a SIM card, signed up, and tested the connection at home, and I got like a good connection from Telstra Air. So
And it's fine, like the internet's fine.
yeah, well, what I do is I turn my smart TV on. I bought a smart TV ages ago, which had no use. So it was just a waste of money, and finally now it's got a use because I connect to Telstra Air through my TV, and the TV becomes a router for the whole house.
What?
So all you need to do is get your phone or your laptop or your iPad, connect to the TV, and you have internet access.
So I'm paying $50 like a schmuck.
Bad.
It's so cool, man. It's so fucking cool. And I got this app for my phone the other day where your phone becomes the remote for the TV.
Yeah, I've got that as well. I've had that for a while.
So you just scroll on your phone, like you're scrolling around, and the cursor's moving on the TV screen.
Yeah.
And then you turn it on the side, it turns into a keyboard.
Sparky Bob.
Dude, I'm totally set up for free with internet. Like, it's so cool. But getting back to the movie,
I'm going to go to your neighbours and just say you have a thief in the neighbourhood. Yeah. The guy in the white Stato is stealing internet.
Is your internet being leaked?
Yeah, just change your passwords just to fuck him up. Why should he get to enjoy
So
it?
on the smart,
His little one goes to look at like SpongeBob on the iPad.
just dies.
No internet. It's like, what's going on here? You're sitting there going,
We'll reroute like one of those pop-up screens. Your father is a thief. What? Sorry, anyway. Moving on.
I'm not just leeching because there are a couple of hotspot boxes set up like directly from Telstra, so I'm not a complete leech. Just for the record.
just a common thief.
So there was a Netflix app on the TV because on the smart TV you got apps. Smart TVs are so fucking cool, man. I didn't realize how cool they are. Smart TVs.
I've got a smart TV, man, but I've never
used it, but now I'm like balls deep in it. I love it. It's so cool.
How old's your TV? I got to ask you that.
It's newer than 2012. I know that. It's an LG smart TV, so maybe like 2013.
I'm pretty sure mine is 12, 13 as well. I don't know. It's a smart TV, but it's a bit slowish. Like,
Bit sluggish.
yeah, like I mean,
Well, I updated the software on mine the other day, and that's made it pretty quick.
I usually update this. I haven't updated the software in a while. Like, I don't know if it's going to do a check or whatever. But I know that when I stream YouTube from my phone to my TV, it takes a while to kick in. Like, it takes a few minutes to initialize and that sort of shit. I love I'm complaining about like a minute or two of initialization. It's like, dickhead, you're Bluetoothing something from your phone to a TV on the wall.
Yeah,
Enjoy!
so magical.
I'm a dumb cunt. I know I sound like a dumb cunt. I'm a dumb cunt.
That's why, like, if I have a little bit of lag time with my internet, I'm like, hey, I'm getting this shit for free.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't complain if I was
And
paying for it.
I mean, the quality, it's just like 1080p, like streaming from Netflix. It's fucking amazing.
Dude, I love how I just said I wouldn't complain if I wasn't paying for it. The McGregor-Diaz fight, man.
You and
I was
I watched-
talking to this guy, like, we're WhatsApping each other, and I was watching it at my computer, streaming it illegally off the net, and I'm complaining about the connection. I'm like, this is shit!
like something you didn't pay for.
Yeah, man!
and you have to think about it. Like I said, like a few like podcasts down the track, we're the age of the dial-up.
Yeah.
So we're doing all right.
Where we've come
if we
from-
wait a minute,
Where we've come
Yeah.
from, you'd think we'd appreciate
Yeah.
that shit, but nah. This is all spawned because he's trying to tell us about a movie.
he's been trying to tell us for the last 10 minutes.
20 minutes ago, he mentioned a movie.
Sorry,
Anyway.
Cody.
It's a cool movie,
The floor
man.
is yours. The floor is yours.
It's a cool movie.
What's
I
it
think you
called? What's it
both
called?
love it.
Go. Sorry.
So, opened up the smart TV. There's a Netflix app on there, Netflix, and it brought it up, and it's like, get 3 months free. So I was like, fuck it, whatever. Because Mrs. has been hassling me to get it. I don't really want it, but whatever.
Yep.
So I got it, just checking it out. The first thing that popped up was Kickboxer, like trending now, Kickboxer. With
The new one?
The first one or
The
the new
first
one?
one,
Oh,
the
okay.
original one.
So it would be trending because of Van Damme
Yeah.
being here and all that.
And I was
the new
like, fuck it, I'm just going to sit here and watch it. So I watched it, and then it comes up with recommendations of movies.
one. Yeah.
And it brought up one, The Wrath of Vajra.
Who?
Vajra, The Wrath of Vajra. And it's a Chinese movie, like a Chinese martial arts movie.
Okay, who's in it?
Nobody that you know.
Billy Ho.
Billy Ho and
Hang on, man. How
John-
old is it?
John-
I was just going to say,
John Woo.
how old is it?
pretty new, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, because if it was old, there's a good chance I probably would have, like, because, man, I was all over the martial arts movies when I was a
cool?
kid.
The Wrath of Vajra. I'm pretty sure it's new because it looks very new, and it's fucking so cool, man. It was so
Okay, there it is.
It was so,
Vajra, I just wikied. Vajra is a Sanskrit word meaning both thunderbolt and diamond. Additionally, it is a weapon won in a battle which is used as a ritual object to symbolize both the properties of a diamond, indestructibility, and the thunderbolt, irresistible force.
There is a Bill in the movie, and he's the only white guy in it.
Yeah,
His name's
and-
Matt
and-
Mullins.
and the voices are like dubbed,
Matt Mullins!
yeah, dude, and the voices are dubbed over, so it's like really like,
Even his voice.
hey guys, like, come on, like, it's fucking funny, dude. So fucking
His name
funny.
is Matt Mullins, and he's co-starring with Yu Xing Zhan. Yes, like Chrissy.
Dude, that was the best overdub I've ever heard in my life.
Hey, it's fresh in my mind. I just watched it the other day. It's so tacky and cheesy, but so good. But I'm a Chinese film. Like, I had no idea they could make such fucking cool films, dude. Like,
Yeah, man, what's going on over there?
really
Dude,
fucking cool. Like, so refreshing to watch something that wasn't like tutted up and Hollywooded up. Like,
Bruce
it was
Lee,
just-
dude.
did you see?
Have you seen his
Oh,
original movies? Like, they were sick.
Fuck! What was the name of that movie? It was set in Jakarta. It was in an Indonesian movie, I'm pretty sure. Arthur had brought it up. Goldfarb had brought it up. And maybe you, I don't know if you'd brought it up, but we're at work. I was when I first moved into my place. So yeah, 3.5 years ago. It was called like The Raid? I think it was called The Raid. You want to suss that out, man?
I will now.
The Raid. It was The Raid. It was a martial arts movie. But it wasn't a martial arts movie. Hang on. I think it was The Raid. I can't. If I get my laptop up, my notebook up, I'd be
Crime
able to.
film thriller.
Yes,
2011.
The Raid. Indonesian martial arts film. Yeah, I found it. Yeah, this is it.
Yeah.
Dude, you haven't heard of The Raid?
Nah.
Man, I thought you would have been all over it because I was at work and everyone was like, "Oh, dude, man, of all people, you need to watch this." It's basically about it's in Indonesia. And there's like a big plot of area like in the town that's all criminal like activity, like a haven, like a nest egg of criminals. And there's one apartment complex that's like 20 stories tall, and every layer, every level of the floor, every floor is under criminal like control. So basically, like there's drug dealers, there's weapons, like it's just a just a base basically.
Yep.
And every level has got, and they're looking for someone, and no one's ever been able to penetrate this building because it's just so well like defended. Like they've got guys guarding it 24/7.
Picture of the building and stuff.
Yeah. And it's just, there's all types of criminal activity going on in here, and it's just like the fortress, the last fortress, and that no anti-crime unit has ever been able to penetrate. And they just say, nah, check it out, look at that. Dude,
Man,
this
that looks
movie,
so fucking cool.
this movie will be right up your alley. So basically, like, they just say, you know what?
So it's like the hub of like all the criminal shit
Yeah.
going on, and the law,
And like,
law
this
just
is
can't
this
penetrate
is a
it.
big sector of the
Yep.
crime network. We need to take this down. And like, they've tried, and people just keep getting killed. They said, "Now fuck it. We're orchestrating a unit. We're going in, like special ops. We've got strategy. We're going to be
should
all
watch it
connect-
here.
Yeah, we should watch it. I would watch it.
You know
again,
what?
man.
I'm just looking at some of the pictures. Man, it looks wicked.
Dude,
It looks wicked.
you will love this movie for two reasons, man. A, there's all types of martial arts in it. So like every level and every sort of fight scene is different. As in, there's a guy that like there's
a boss for each level.
there's like gunplay, right? Like there's gunplay with firearms and shit.
Yeah.
There's knife play. There's martial arts, straight combat. There's like parkour type fighting, like running off walls and shit. And they're combining everything, using like the walls, using, like And like realistic shit where like, you know, you dive behind a table to use it as a cover and then like throw that into an enemy jump. Like they use physics and shit like that where it's realistic. Arthur described it as something, but I can't remember what the name was. Gun fu or something.
Mm-hmm.
Basically like it's combining everything.
Yep.
And 2, it's all realistic. It's not no bullshit 3 like green screen rendering CGI
Flying through the air.
all that sort of shit. It's realistic shit.
You know what? Because you're right. Because the budget was only $1 million.
Yeah.
There wasn't like, you know, has a lot of these action Hollywood movies, green screens, they're like $60 million budgets. This is $1 million.
Look up the budget. Look up the budget for the last Fast and Furious, man.
Yeah. I'll have a look now.
It's not a martial arts movie. It's an action movie.
The Raid made $10 million.
Nice.
And people are saying it's one of the best action movies,
Authentic action
Yeah.
movies, like
Yeah.
actual fighting. Dude, what's Fast and Furious
Fast
classed
and
at? It's
Furious-
not an
is
action
it number
movie.
7?
It's not an adventure movie. What is it?
Action.
Is it action?
Yeah.
I've never watched a Fast and Furious except for the first one. I watched
Take
a
a
bit
stab at how much you reckon it would have cost. Just give me a number.
I hate doing this.
of it. We always do it to him. I love how we always do it to him, man.
So then I can fail and you can just bag the shit out of me.
No.
Yeah.
Nice try, loser.
You're so in touch, mate, with the work.
I'm going to say the budget for the last Fast and the Furious movie was $23 million.
Where you going, man?
$190 million.
That's what they paid The Rock.
But you know how much they made? $1.5 billion.
Yeah.
It's just a franchise, that's why.
Yeah. What was The Rock's salary for that movie, man? What do you reckon he made out of that? The Rock.
Let me find out.
Was Vin Diesel in the last? He was in the
Yeah.
last one. Yeah. You know The Rock and Vin Diesel had the feud going, yeah?
Did they?
Yeah, The Rock had a crack at like his co-stars because they were too soft. They didn't want to do like half the stunts or something. Yeah. And then I think Diesel tried reaching out and he's like, nah, go fuck yourself. I don't want nothing to do with it.
Come on, Rocky. I'm cool.
No, I'm serious. Dude, Vin Diesel. What has Vin Diesel done besides Fast and Furious? The Pacifier was
wasn't
the
he
first one that
security
comes to
guard?
mind.
Riddick.
Oh, really?
Riddick, Pacifier, where he's on the cover like as an urban
Triple
commander.
X.
Pacifier's like suburban commander, you know, with Hulk Hogan.
It's like a new school kindergarten cop sort of thing.
Yeah. And he's done that knockaround guy.
You know why
knockabout guys.
You know why The Rock is a mad cunt? Because out of everyone in the Fast and Furious, he's the one that got paid the most,
Of course he is.
right? Tyrese Gibson got paid $5 million.
Tyrese. He's an R&B singer model, man. Tyrese is every guy that your like wife or girlfriend leaves you for.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, look at this guy.
Met him in a bar.
Shiny teeth, you know.
Dude,
just-
met him in a bar one night, and he's like, they're going to run away, and then Tyrese disappears, like, after, like, a week. He's just gone. Just gone, his man.
Michelle Rodriguez made $5 million,
Okay.
which is not loose change. It's pretty good. Paul Walker made $15 million for Fast and Furious 6.
Okay, let's be fair. What has Rodriguez done besides that? Was she in, like, Anaconda or something, like one of those?
Wasn't that J-Lo?
Yeah, that's
No,
Oh, wait, she did the remake.
She did the remake or something.
Yeah.
Oh, did
I'm
she?
pretty sure she was in one of those, yeah.
She was in some war movie as well.
What war movie?
Like, not a war movie, but like she's in like a SWAT team or something. I think it was called SWAT.
SWAT with Colin Farrell.
Colin Farrell, yeah.
Yeah.
Vin Diesel, $15 million.
Okay, I cannot imagine what The Rock got paid for
And
this
he
now,
looks
man.
like, you know what Vin Diesel looks like? He looks like the guy that would still be riding his bike around Clayton. Look at him, right? You know, like, you go to your old street just to see your old house, and he'd still be riding the mongoose around.
He's got like the Fred Durst hat on.
Yeah.
Trackies?
Trackies
Like just
and a white wife beater. That's him.
asking you for smokes.
Yeah. Dwayne Johnson.
Dude, he drives.
Datsun.
VP coming up.
I was going to say, he drives like a busted XD with no license plates, man. Like a pale yellow.
He's got the immaculate Venetians at the back.
Yeah. But it's faded yellow. Like
Yeah.
the bonnet is like almost white.
But it's an S-Pack.
yellow.
It's got the red line with the S on the end. It's his old man's S-Pack.
Air freshener, just 50 years old, hanging from the window.
It says here, Dwayne Johnson for Fast 5, doesn't have 7, 30 million plus. They can't even specify how much he got for it.
The Rock made more than his co-stars combined, man. He didn't even build the franchise.
Dude, he was on it for like half an hour.
Yeah, they brought him in.
Yeah.
How would you feel if you were Vin Diesel thinking, like, I've been here from the start and I'm making not even half of what he's making?
Man, maybe
Poor
that's
Vinny.
why... I don't know. Maybe that's why they got into a bit of a...
You'd be pretty jilted, wouldn't you?
Yeah, but if you were just a bouncer... like, The Rock's an entertainer. He went through wrestling. He went through, like...
Look, I'll tell you what, man.
He works hard.
I'll
He's
tell you
done-
what. One thing, when I actually read books, right? If it's not an Irvin Welsh novel or some shit like that, it's usually autobiographies. I love autobiographies, and three autobiographies that I've read over and over and over again are The Rock's autobiography, Mick Foley's autobiography, and Kurt Angle's autobiography. Interestingly enough, all wrestlers. Even though I don't even follow the wrestling back then.
Yeah.
If you read the sacrifices Mick Foley and The Rock and Kurt Angle made just to get to where they are, dude, like, you scratch your head. Like, how the fuck? Man, The Rock, like Dwayne Johnson, he went through college trying to play football, got injured, like, fucked up his disc, he had, like, a sciatic disc, like, pretty much what I have as well, yeah? Didn't let it heal properly, fucked him up even more, then eventually let it heal, didn't make the NFL draft. He got drafted to Canadian football. Yeah?
Arena football.
Yeah. Man. And he's like, shit, what do I do? I think he was with his missus at the time, and they were like, flat broke, you know? And he's like, well, it's either this or I don't have a job. Like, I want to play football. So she's like, just do what you got to do. So he's moved up to Canada to play football.
Canada.
Canada. And he says, he used to run out to games, and anytime he felt like shit, on his hands, on the back of his palms, on his hands, he'd write. I think he used to write his missus's name, God, Mum, Dad, like on
just
each
to keep him
thing,
going,
to keep him motivated.
Yeah.
But when you read about like he said when he first got there, like they didn't have money for an apartment. They're like, we're fucking broke. What do we do? Man, they fished out mattresses from like a local hotel that was like used to have rates by the hour, basically. Yeah. Like a Fleabag hotel, this guy was like throwing away some mattresses. They're like,
go.
They got told, this guy's got some mattresses to like let go. Yeah. So he's thinking, no, it's sweet. Where do we pick them up from? One of the rooms? He's like, nah, man, they're by the dumpster. Literally, these mattresses were just soaked from the rain, covered in like piss, cum, like all types of shit. And they're just like, fuck. Bought like disinfectant cans, sprayed the fuck out of him. Like literally couldn't do anything, but like we've got nothing to sleep on. And he goes, and he survived eating heaps of cheap pasta with just like tomato sauce, and he would go to team meetings that he wasn't required to go to, and he'd just stand out the back of them, right? Because he knew that in the meetings they would serve like Subway sandwiches, like big subs. Yeah. And he goes, those sandwiches would last me for dinner for one night and breakfast the next morning. Yeah. Like he would go to them compulsory every fucking time they'd have him.
Just to eat.
Just to pick up meals. He'd get away with one or maybe two sandwiches, like he'd stock one up.
That's hustling.
That's the shit he used to do, man.
Yeah.
You know? Mick Foley was fucked. When he wanted to become a wrestler, he was trained by one of the like late great classical wrestlers, some wog dude, some Italian or something. I can't remember. He would drive like from the equivalent of like us driving to like Mildura like every weekend, sleep in his car, covered in like bags of potato chips and shit in the snow.
I can just see him with his big crazy hair.
Literally, like he'd freak people out because like he goes, sometimes the car would get snowed in. And like he'd be pushing the snow out and
just this beast coming out
of the back seat, covered in like potato chip wrappers, to wrestle for free for like 2-3 hours, and then drive all the way back
to try and get somewhere,
just to get a foot somewhere in, just to get trained, whatever.
Wow!
Because this guy offered to train him for free or to train him for nothing.
And could you imagine the injury these guys would have gone through?
Yeah,
the injuries, like just.
Yeah.
You just gotta work through it. Just gotta keep pushing.
Just gotta keep pushing, man.
Kurt Angle, man, like his training, Kurt Angle's training. Kurt Angle, like, credited his, like, success in the ring, in, like, his amateur wrestling, like the Olympic shit, to his endurance. He had really good endurance. Man, he would get up at the crack of dawn, like, run, like, crazy, like, distances, and that'd be the warm-up. And then, like, his coach would get on his back, like, so he'd be carrying his coach on his back and be running, like, hill sprints up hills and shit. That'd be the warm-up before, like, weights training and actual wrestling. This would be, like, 2 hours in the morning. What the fuck?
That's sacrifice. That's
Kurt Angle for me was always one of like. He was the best actor in the ring. Like,
he was a gun.
You know what I mean? Like he fucking put everything into it. Like, and he just like when he was hated, you fucking hated him, and when he was loved, you loved him. Like he was so good at that, dude.
That's the thing with Angle. Like, man, Angle sort of came into wrestling when I'd already realized it was fake. I hated Angle when he first came out. I thought he was the most arrogant cocksucker.
There he is.
Yeah, man. Look at his head.
What a head, man.
I know. I hated him. I fucking hated him. I thought, what a cunt. What a dickhead. Like, I used to hate him. But then, I bought into it because I'm like, you know what a funny cunt.
Yeah, he was funny as. Yeah.
Because he used to push intensity, integrity, intelligence, but then he started cheating, to win. And then after I read his biography, I'm like, what a sick cunt. Like, and he said it. He goes, that's what made me, that's what put me over the line.
Yeah.
Like, just starting to cheat.
Yep.
And like, man.
Speaking of wrestling as well, I watched a clip with Mick Foley the other day, talking about CM Punk. Did you hear how he went?
Mate,
CM Punk got mauled.
I was going to bring it up.
He got
dropped,
mauled.
yeah. He got tapped out within 2 minutes.
Dude, he got put on the ground in like 5 seconds and then tapped out like a minute and a half later.
It was never going to work.
Came out, tried to throw a crazy right, got taken down.
You know what's funny? Because it was McGregor and some other fighters came out and said, "Look, like, what do you think this is? Like, Lesnar and all that, he's got the size, right? The guy's a mountain."
Yeah.
So, but he used to fight as well. So it wasn't like he just went to wrestling and CM Punk went into the ring, UFC ring, right? Mixed martial arts. And these guys fight. This is what they breathe. Like I appreciate wrestlers and stuff because what they go
dude,
through
the athleticism.
It's phenomenal.
Like, dude,
to jump and do all that kind of stuff. It's
wrestling. Like anyone that takes wrestling seriously, deserves to be shot.
But
Right?
I appreciate
there are a lot of
what
them
they
as well.
go through. I appreciate what they go through,
but man,
training wise.
the physical conditioning behind wrestlers, man, they train.
Yeah.
They're like, man, they're all like, dude, they're units.
Yeah,
all of them.
yeah.
Their physiques are insane.
Yeah.
Doing like, man, if you're 6 foot, weigh like 100 kilos, doing a fucking moonsault from the top of a cage to land on a guy on a table and not die and not kill the guy
You're doing all right.
That's a skill.
That's some skills.
That's acrobatic shit, man.
But you go into a mixed martial arts ring, right? These guys breathe fighting. These guys are. It's not a show for them. These guys want to get in the ring and kill the other guy across from them. They want to kill them, right? So I just don't get.
And he fought a guy. He fought Mickey Gall, I think it was. Who's not Mickey Gall? He's not really.
He fought like some dude that hasn't really been ranked. You know, like he's not. It's like he fought Ken Shamrock or something.
Yeah.
Right. He fought some guy that like wasn't shit, and even Joe Rogan said it. He's like, this is not the right fight for him. Like this guy's not shit. He's a green guy, but he's not a shit cunt. No, he should have been fighting X-Pac or something, man.
You know what's funny though? It's an article here saying CM Punk more than doubled UFC 203's pay-per-view revenue. Of
course he did.
So
That's what I got.
it was
That's
a
the reason.
money builder. And this guy comes out, this Mickey Gall guy. He goes, I felt strongly obligated to make an example out of CM Punk.
That's the best.
Don't come into the ring. I might not be the best, but don't come in here thinking you can fight. This guy's like an average fighter, and he made an example of him. Imagine him getting into a ring with like McGregor or like, George St. Pierre or something. He would have died.
What was he fighting under? Was it featherweight?
No. Welterweight, I'm pretty sure, right?
What's McGregor fighting at?
Oh, he fought a welterweight against Diaz.
He stepped up to welterweight.
But he fights at featherweight normally.
Yeah.
Fuck. Can you imagine, think about it, right? Like, they're not that different in weight divisions, as in, like, McGregor stepped up to welterweight, so CM Punk would have to drop a bit of weight to get to featherweight, right?
I don't think CM Punk would even make featherweight, I don't think.
No.
He's too big.
It'd be too big.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, think it, like, Diaz, alright, forget fucking, McGregor, Diaz.
Dropping to lightweight.
You're telling me that, CM Punk is in lightweight or whatever, and Diaz would have to drop to a couple, drop a fucking thing to get to the same as CM Punk. So theoretically, they could be fighting for the same belt. You're telling me Diaz wouldn't just break CM Punk's neck
in 2 seconds?
Seriously?
Yeah.
It
was like Dana White
welterweight.
made a comment afterwards or something. It was like, CM Punk should still fight, just not in the UFC. Some shit like that.
Because you can fight in other divisions, it doesn't have to be UFC. There's other
there's like
martial arts.
Bellator and there's
Bellator, I was going to say Bellator.
He should just go there and fight, but he's welterweight. But his style is Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and wrestling.
Whose?
CM Punk.
Really?
Right.
Where was your jiu-jitsu when you were getting choked out, bitch?
Can I...
It's a pretty standard textbook.
Can I tell you...
Can't even
defend the neck. 101.
It's the first thing they teach you in BJJ, man.
Can I tell you what Conor McGregor specialises in?
Striking, isn't it?
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, striking, Taekwondo, movement, body wrestling,
Boxing.
and he's actually a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. We're talking a fighter.
Yeah,
Like,
well-rounded.
oh man, like
But CM Punk would have just bought his own hype, thinking, "Yeah, man, I'm the best.
I can do this.
I can fight." No, you can't. No, you can't.
Get back in the ring and do a flip, idiot.
A few more taunts. Just doing the DX. Comes out with, the
As he's
valet.
getting choked out, he's doing the DX.
Yeah, he comes out with the valet, man.
But now what they're saying, people are coming out saying the credibility of the UFC has gone down the drain because they're like, the experiment now, is that finished now? Like, what happens now?
Yeah, remember we were saying it when Lesnar was fighting Mark Hunt, and we were talking about how UFC is turning into WWE.
Even when they allowed Conor to go up and just fight this
that's
random
stupid.
fight, like
Going into-
a prize
yeah.
fight. Yeah.
Going into weight divisions and all that sort of shit.
Let me just read a couple of lines here for you, right? This is an article of an MMA page called MMA Junkie, right? USA Today, proper.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is how the article starts. So it turns out that Phil CM Punk Brooks is not only one of the worst
Brooks.
fighters to ever debut in the UFC, he is also one of the highest paid. This isn't exactly surprising news, but it's still stubbornly affecting.
That just makes
So the
that just says
credibility
it all.
now is, yeah. But it's worst
Highest
fighters
paid
to
and
ever
shittest.
debut in the UFC. That's going to hurt, man.
Well, fuck him.
What's his name? Phil Brooks.
Yeah.
Phil Brooks.
Phil Brooks.
Can you imagine Phil Brooks going through high school?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just got picked on.
Yeah, like Anderson,
Brooks.
just Baker, Brooks, just little skinny kids.
CM Punk.
I was about to say that.
Nah, fuck him. He looks like a guy that. See, I don't know anything about CM Punk's background.
Yeah, I've got nothing against him,
but
but
he
it's just a shit fighter.
He just looks like a toss, man.
He's a toss.
He
Looks like
a
Keanu
toss.
Reeves from Point Break.
Wait,
Just a cute
CM
surfer.
Punk was the guy that went all straight edge, yeah?
Straight edge hardcore, bro.
Yeah, that's when I started, like, that's when he made the most noise, when he went straight edge.
Straight edge
And I was
hardcore.
just like, nah, man, get a job. Like, seriously.
I love it. This is a couple of days before the fight with his thumbs up.
He had broken thumbs and he comes back out.
I can do this.
Oh,
He's a dumb cunt. I remember, because he used to come out with the X's on the back of his palms.
Yeah.
I was like, are you serious?
He'd have the
wraps, yeah.
wraps, and then with the X on the back.
Get a job, man. Like,
Straight edge
seriously.
X.
There's no, come on, man. Really?
I want to look up Mickey Gall because I don't know anything about him.
CM Punk feels like a gimmick.
It was.
Like, it's just a gimmick. He's a dumb cunt.
Just all for money.
It's stupid.
Imagine being him now, though. How shit you'd feel.
But fuck it. Look,
This kid is 24 years old, Mickey Gall.
24. How old's CM Punk? 30?
I'm
31.
not sure. He's been
I'll have
70s,
a
early
look.
30s.
This kid.
In his prime, basically.
Yeah. In his prime,
In his
he got
prime.
schooled by a kid.
So this kid, Mickey Gall, he's Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and Muay Thai.
Got fucking knocked on his ass, man.
I tell you what though, he hasn't lost anything yet. He's 3 out of 3, and he's an up and coming fighter apparently. Amateur career he hasn't lost.
Did CM Punk finish his WWE career on top?
I couldn't tell you.
I
to be
really
honest.
don't know.
I know he was like really well loved, like a fan favorite.
I know he was a fan favorite.
Yeah.
He was married. He married that bird, that valet, that other female. That was it. Kibler, not Kibler. Stacey Kibler.
Oh yeah,
Was
yeah,
it her?
Keebler. Because
I know he married or he hooked
Lesnar's
up.
with one of them as well, isn't he?
Yeah,
Sable or whatever.
They all married.
Yeah. It's a big orgy backstage. Let's just admit it.
They all just get around him and just.
I know CM Punk was
Just
a favourite.
roids
I don't know
and
if he finished
blows.
his career.
Holy
on
shit!
top,
CM
though.
Punk's 37.
He's joking.
Nah, man. Born in 78.
A little bit past his prime.
37, fighting in that division, he gets schooled by a 24-year-old. You idiot. But like,
Schooled?
But you know what? That's actually funny, man. Do you know what that reminds me of? It reminds me of Monday night fucking indoor. We were playing a team of kids, yeah? Because it was the same heads from last time. They're all relatively young. But then I recognised... The first kid I recognised after I ran into the field was this little Arab kid who I saw the last time we played. And I said it to all the boys. I go, this kid's the only one we need to watch out for. He's a gun. The smallest kid on the field, the quietest, it was the only one that didn't throw any elbows or talk shit. And after the game, I actually went up to his mum, who was standing there with his brother, and I go, what's your name, man? He goes, Amir. I go, man, you're going to be said to his mum, your son's going to be a star. I go, watch him. And she says, oh, yeah, thanks a lot, la, la, la. Okay, no dramas. And when I saw him again, when I ran into the field, I go, hey, it's you. Yeah, you're the kid from last. Okay, you're the superstar from last time. He started laughing, and then I turned around. About 5 minutes into the game, they
slammed him.
No. I was
Clothesline that
protecting this
motherfucker.
kid the entire game, man. He actually kicked the goal. He dribbled like four of us and then kicked the goal, and he fell over like our defender and our keeper. And we lifted him up. We made, you're a gun. Sick goal, man. At like 5 minutes in, they subbed. They super sub in. This guy was like probably older than me, right? He looked older than me. Maybe he wasn't. He had the physique of like a guy that probably went to the gym years ago and then just left it.
Let go.
So yeah, right. And he was physically like bigger than most of the other guys. And he looked at us and okay, here we go. And he's fucking. They've passed him the ball right off the kickoff. He's come running at me. He's tried to do some like Ronaldo like spin, like past me. I was just flat footed. I didn't even move. Just punted the ball away with my left foot, like just yeah, go get that. You know what I mean? Like,
Keith boy.
yeah. And I'm like, you're not gonna school me with this shit. Like, who are you playing, man? Like your nephew, like your 5-year-old nephew. And then after about 5 minutes of him doing this shit, just kept getting dumped on his ass, man. Right? He had nothing. I turned around to the little kid. I said, hey, man. I go, don't pass to. What did I say? Batistuta Senior over there. I go, fuck him. I go forward. I go, you need to go forward. He started laughing. And throughout the whole game, I just kept saying, hey, I told you,
So
man.
how old was this kid, you reckon?
Yeah, he was young. He was probably like 16, maybe.
It was probably that guy's dad.
Yeah.
The kid's dad.
And maybe it reminds me, CM Punk is sort of like that guy.
Yeah.
Like, past the prime of like, or like
Maybe
playing in the wrong league.
He was something.
Yeah. It's like, dude, let it go. And it reminds you of it because we kicked, like, we were 3-3, right?
Yeah.
And then I kicked one to put us forward, right? 4-3. And that's when I ran back doing the shh, you know, and it must have pissed him off, right? Because then, like, they hustled. Then we kicked the sealer with, like, 20 seconds to go. Like, 30 seconds.
Crowd
Less than
erupted.
that.
What?
Yeah, one of our best players, Mao, just pumped one in. And he's like, nailing the coffin. I go, man, we've done it. Like, we're good, right? Right off, and we said, all right, boys, like, defense up, everyone, you know, like, fuck this. They're not gonna,
Flood.
Yeah, they're not gonna flood shit. They've passed it to Senor Batistuta, right? And he's fucking gone in, like, trying to go hard, like, off the line. We've just turned it around. Like, I've grabbed the ball. I've started charging, right? He's fucking physically thrown his entire body into me and, like, grabbing me, like, to pull me back. And I've just yelled out, hey, man, relax. Okay, you lost. Let it go.
It's over.
It's over. It's exactly what I said. Well, everyone laughed. The ref blew
So
the whistle.
demoralising right there.
Yeah, that's a CM Punk call.
The ref blew the whistle, gave me the free kick for it, but I just remember him grabbing me like, oh, I'm going to get 3 goals in like 30 seconds. And I just said
Just
it to him. I said, stop, it's
Do
over.
you reckon he came on and was like picking himself up going, this is your time?
Dude, I'm telling you, that's CM Punk. That's CM Punk.
Yeah,
It was over.
Just let it go. You had a good run. You made your money.
Dude,
like, you would have made heaps
You
of
want to
money.
look up a stat? Look up the stat. When did CM Punk retire from WWE?
2014. I saw
14?
it before.
2 years ago?
Yeah.
When did he decide to join the UFC? How long has he been training?
Probably at the same time.
Or do you reckon he quit WWE to go to UFC?
Probably, yeah.
Have a look.
You're telling me in 18 months he transformed himself into like a fucking UFC martial artist? Are you
He fucking
joking?
tried to.
You can't fast track that, man.
I know, man. It's like, yeah.
You can't.
Yeah.
But,
It's like jiu-jitsu.
So
if you
it
try
was-
to take up jiu-jitsu now and you try and take on someone who's been doing it their whole
Nah,
life, you're just not
man.
going to catch up.
So, from
It's
the
not like
day
you-
he fought, it was 645 days.
under 2 years.
Yeah.
It's under 2. No, it's under 2 years.
Yeah, it's under 2 years.
So-
18 months.
These fighters have been training for over 10, like, have you seen McGregor's documentary? He's been training since he was young. Like, that's all he loved. He wanted to do it.
Yeah, man.
And he just got his break, as in, now he's a star. And he's 28 years old. So what, CM Punk thinks he's going to stroll in after a year and a half of training? I'm going to smash these cans.
That's
They got
not
dropped
right.
by a 24-year-old up-and-comer, let's say. I'm not going to call him a hack, because the kid hasn't lost a fight yet.
But, yeah.
But he's an up-and-comer. He's young. He's, waiting for his big break. Dude, don't come into the...
Dude, he's going to be known now as the guy that put CM Punk on his ass.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Just
But
hand
see,
him a
the
free
only
ticket.
thing is, the bad news is for this kid, is if he fights somebody now and loses, you just beat CM Punk, you're a nobody. You're a fucking, that's the stigma he's going to have now. That's the
He's
bad
going to have to
thing.
back it up
Yeah.
with some serious
He's going to
wins.
have to knock someone out. He's gonna, straight knock
You know
someone
what?
out.
Be that as it may, I reckon the UFC will be patting that kid on the back.
Oh,
for,
yeah.
For the
a lot
next
of
10 years.
Dude, a lot of the fighters have come out and said, good, now can we stop this gimmick bullshit
Yeah.
and get back to fighting?
Yeah.
Like, a lot of them have come out, proper fighters have come out and said, all right, enough now. Like, it's
done.
Let's get some real fighters in here. It's a show, I know, but we're fighters. We're not like wrestlers. We're not like, you know.
Let's just have our champions and who's the best. And fucking,
that's it. Like, proper fighters, man. They train every day, live and breathe MMA. Yep. They live and breathe this shit.
Sorry, I'm just thinking of something now from indoor that made me laugh.
Bitch.
I was trying to remember who CM Punk's married to, whatever. I think it's Keebler. So I'm just thinking about like the valets and anyone that'd been sitting like sidelines watching that fight. I just thought of something from indoor like 2 weeks ago that made me laugh, and I wanted to ask you both. I just want to know if you think this is weird.
I'm going to say yes before you even...
Dude, I got to the game early, and I was half asleep, and I'm walking in, and I just sort of stood near the benches, like where we sit down. There was this chick sitting there, right? And she was probably late 20s, like mid to late 20s, probably even older, right?
What?
In my eyes, or like my personal taste?
In Johnny's eyes.
So
In Johnny's eyes.
You'd bang her, you would bring her home to mum.
She wasn't my cup of tea, man. She was like gully speck.
Oh, nice.
Right? Like she was like sort of gothic, like not gothic, not emo, like somewhere in between, right? Sort of big girl, right? But what weirded me out was like, I'm guessing like she was watching like a partner or whatever play. I just stood there for a bit, like playing my phone, like strapping up my ankle and stuff. And then her partner came over. This guy looked like a 16-year-old Conor McGregor /
I can get a photo
Fred
of that.
Durst / Fred Durst.
All right. Let
So can you imagine
let me put this picture together in my head.
16-year-old Conor McGregor / Fred Durst.
Okay. Yep.
So like Fred Durst attire, Conor McGregor physique and face.
Yeah. Skinny gully rat. Gangster.
Right.
Okay, got it.
But dude, this is what, like, I was just like, oh, cool. And then, but this is what got me, man. Dude, filthy beard. Like long leprechaun beard, right? He sat on her, like she was sitting down, right?
Oh, he didn't sit on his lap. On her lap, did he?
Not just on her lap. Like, not like in a playful way where it's like, oh, yeah, babe, let me sit on your lap and you're like, you fuck around with your missus or some shit. Like, especially if you're with a group, you know what I mean? Like, you fuck around.
He didn't straddle her cowboy style, did
He
he?
straddled her cowboy style, facing her, and put his arms around her like her neck, and like they were like making out or whatever.
Yep, I can picture it right now.
And he had like a pack of smokes out, like, oh, let's go for a smoke, this and that.
Come here, baby.
Dude, I don't know what to say.
Oh, God.
I felt awkward, and I'm just like, what
Look at your phone, just look at your phone, just look at your phone.
I swear.
That's really disgusting, dude.
I swear.
That's really disgusting. They're the same kind of people who do it at bus stops.
Yeah, no, they've got no, like, you know, shame.
I'm not judging the affection out in public, like, that doesn't bother me, right? That wasn't the weird thing. The weird thing was like, and it wasn't even like the two different composites of, like, type of people. Like, they just looked completely mismatched, but it was like, fine, they're in love, whatever, I don't give a fuck. But it was just because she was sitting down, and he straddled her like he was riding a horse. Like, he just threw his legs over, like, her knees and sat down facing her. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. That's yuck.
It just,
Yeah, no.
Let's
Let's just say that's something that none of us would do sitting in this room right now.
No.
Was it weird?
Yes.
It's a regular occurrence down in the gully, bro.
Is it?
Yeah.
I think.
Like I said, at bus stops, you always see that shit.
Really?
Some big chick with some dirty rat gangster straddling her on the bus stop.
Wearing a data jacket.
I wanted to ask
smoking.
you if this was a common thing, because I was just.
Yeah, dude, because when you said it, like, I knew straight away. I had the image in my mind. I've seen that shit before.
That's insane. Because I was like, what the fuck?
Don't know where to look.
I was lost for fucking words. And I straight away thought of you guys, and I thought of him doing it to his missus, and I thought of you, and I thought maybe I should ask you to see if this is a regular thing.
It's not normal.
I am in Knoxfield, so I'm not far from, like, you know.
That's a regular occurrence. It's something I would never do.
How? Why?
Yeah, I couldn't see you doing it, Johnny.
But even just the look of them as well, like, that just makes it. Like,
It was just
the large goth chick and the dirty rat, like, just
I was
snailing
lost for words.
snailing it up at the soccer stadium. Yuck.
Oh, God.
Like I said, I'm not judging the relationship.
No,
I'm not judging
but
either of them.
I am. Sorry. Cut me out.
No, seriously, I'm not judging that.
Public, like,
I was just like, what the fuck? Like,
because we didn't say that shit.
no, it's just, it just seemed really odd. Like the whole straddling thing. Do you know what I mean?
I used,
Like,
to,
man,
see that, I used to see that shit down at the roller skating rink as well.
Dude, like you know what, man? Like, I've sat on like a partner or something. Like, yeah, if a partner's sitting on a couch or something.
Yeah, there's different.
And I've like straddled over like that.
Yeah, man,
you know,
that's
like,
different.
yeah,
That's
it's completely
at home on your couch.
Yeah, or whatever. You know, like no dramas. But that was just a bit too intimate and a bit too just
I know.
parallel universe, man.
Just quickly, CM Punk's partner is AJ Lee.
AJ Lee.
Yeah.
I see ya.
Man,
married?
I have a feeling that it was with someone else. Like, I have a feeling he was with someone else. Like, that was a bigger name in wrestling.
That's
or
all it
something.
says.
Banging all of them.
Like Keebler, like one of them.
That's all it says.
One of them. For some reason, I feel like it was.
I love how he's trained by... Who's he trained by? Jay Lethal. That's mad.
Who was CM Punk?
Yeah.
Who's Jay Lethal?
This guy. This guy right here.
Who the hell's Jay Lethal? Did he wrestle under another name? Like, I've never
It
heard
looks
of
pretty
him.
lethal.
But then again, like, I've fallen out of the
Fighting out of
wrestling.
time of water. They used to call him Hydro.
Hydro.
Jamar Cunningham. Jay Lethal. JR Lethal. RPM.
I don't know.
It's...
Lethal.
I don't think you really... currently signed to Ring of Honor. Sounds like a gay porn company.
Ring of Honor. Guys just holding hands in a circle.
He's never fought anything like Jersey or pro wrestling. No wonder the cunt lost in UFC, man. Look, he's...
Remember R-Truth?
R-Truth.
The wrestler R-Truth?
Was that K Quick? Like that dude?
I don't know, he had like dreadies.
Yeah, the black guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy had like 100 names.
R-Truth.
Yeah. I've been...
Wait for it.
It was disgusting.
This guy.
Yeah, that guy!
Yeah, man. If you look him up...
His eyes,
I was
oh my
watching
God.
whatculture.com videos, man, and they were
Dude,
talking
what is
about...
a fucking unit?
Yeah, he's a unit of a guy.
Dude, he's a
He's
unit.
huge, man.
Dude, whatculture.com, I've talked about him a bit. They do all these little goofy, like, YouTube clips on... And they do one on gaming, one on wrestling. I've been watching the wrestling ones a lot, and a lot of the gaming ones.
You know what? Sorry,
They did one on wasted careers at WWE, and he was one of them.
R-Truth.
Do you know what his real name is?
No.
Reginald Truth.
Dude, his
No,
real
no,
name
no.
is Ronnie Aaron Killings.
Ronnie
Yeah.
Killings.
Dude, I'm not even joking. His last
Yeah.
name is Killings.
Oh my God.
Yeah. He,
What a machine.
Look up his names. I bet you he's got like 100 names, like
Yeah.
K Quick.
He's got Kid Crush, K Malik Shabazz, K Crush, K Quick, Pretty Ricky, Ron Killings, R Truth, R Ziggler, and The Truth.
Yeah. They were talking about how he had the potential to be something and picked up a bit of momentum.
He's a rapper.
Yeah, he's
Yeah, because he'd come out to that song. The
Yeah.
Truth.
the truth. No,
I just remember it saying truth and truth over
yeah,
again.
that's why I remembered him, because I remember reading it. They're like they gave him 100 names and then like changed his direction and all that sort of shit.
Couldn't find
it's
his little
actually funny.
niche.
Yeah,
Funny because how you just mentioned him, because what comes up on his page after I've read his name in Google,
Something coincidental that's going to blow my mind, probably.
He tweeted.
He was
to
from the
CM
gully.
He tweeted to CM Punk. The only tweet that came up on my page was him tweeting to CM Punk. Keep your head up, CM Punk. Damn what people say. They're going to say that they want to say anyway. Support.
And that's the truth.
This is the truth.
that's why I remember. Yeah, that's right. I remembered him.
That reminds me of King Booker.
Booker T was the best, man.
Except when he became King Booker.
Oh.
Yeah. I didn't like him when he became King Booker, though.
It was funny.
He had the crown. King Booker.
Yeah, it was funny. Oh shit! You really
And he had the wife, the queen.
You just looked at his hand 5 times and just nod.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to do that to Johnny Dez every time we'd like play like SmackDown or something, and like every time I beat him, just like,
Yeah, fuck yeah.
yeah, man, 5 times.
Oh, Booker.
He's got a massive fucking hand.
He looks like Whoopi Goldberg in that
Yeah,
picture.
man. I was going to say, him and Whoopi.
Dude, he does the best. Do you remember the?
Oh, your favourite picture?
King Booker.
Do you remember? Do you play wrestling games on like PS1 and stuff? I know you did, but like,
You know I did.
I
The one
remember
with Doink and Dink, the clowns, that was the best one, dude. Dink and Doink.
with Dink and Doink.
It was one we were talking about long ago. I think it was PS1. Doink and Dink, and it had The Undertaker, and it had
Stevie
Bam Bam
Ray.
Bigelow.
Are you talking about WrestleMania, the arcade game?
Yeah.
That didn't have Dink. That had Doink, not Dink. Yeah, that's probably one of my favourite wrestling games of all
It
time.
was just one of the clowns. And they have
Just
the big
one.
hands when they hit.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's all cartoony.
Yeah, dude, I love that.
WrestleMania
fucking
game. I've got it on Mega Drive.
Yeah.
I've got to bring it in. I've got to get my Mega Drive back off. What's his name? And I'll bring it in. We'll play it here.
Have you played any of the real recent ones?
Nah, the last SmackDown I played was a couple years ago.
We should hire out one of the hire out.
Yeah.
We should just get one of the new ones, like the latest one, and play it. That'd be
Yeah,
fun.
they're not bad. I played them more religiously up until a certain point, and then just
You know
stop.
what we've got to do? Listen to me, boys.
Here we go.
Talk to me.
No, we've
Satan.
got to have a night here. Well, you've got the TV here.
Yeah.
We've got to hook up old school systems and just play like Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, man. I've
And
got my
just,
Mega
like,
Drive.
We just got
I've got my SNES, my N64, all hooked up at home, ready to go.
I've got the Killer Instinct cart sitting at home. I still haven't used it because I haven't got a SNES.
Oh yeah.
Can I ask you a question? What are we doing?
I know, we're losers. Idiots. We've got Wednesdays off, all of us, and we're doing this stupid podcast. We should be playing video games,
Boys, I
man.
got NBA Jam on the SNES,
You kidding me?
ready to go.
I've got NBA Jam on the Mega Drive, even better. NBA Jam.
I wouldn't say even
No. Listen,
I'd say not quite as good.
hang on. No. Hang on. I've had this argument 100 times
Sorry,
over.
man. I was a SNES boy.
I don't give a shit. Listen, I'm going to
Red,
school
yellow,
you.
blue,
I'm going
green.
to school you right now, okay? I'll tell you why. Mortal Kombat 3, Killer Instinct, Street Fighter, the 4 new challenges, all, first of all, Killer Instinct wasn't on Mega Drive. It was a SNES only game. But Mortal Kombat 3 and Street Fighter were both on both systems, easily better on Super Nintendo. Use the processor better sound, better everything, right?
Agree.
NBA Live and NBA Jam on the Super Nintendo were sluggish and they were overcolored. They felt really slow. If you played them on Sega, they were a lot quicker, a lot more streamlined, and they just looked. The sprites were a lot brighter.
Well then, looks like we have a
I can't actually argue because I haven't actually played NBA Jam on Sega, but through and through, I'm a Nintendo SNES man, so I'm just going to defend it.
I'm telling you now because I had the Mega Drive. My neighbor had the SNES. I grew up playing NBA Jam on Mega Drive, right? And then one time I went to his house and he'd borrowed NBA Jam from the video store or something. And I plugged it in. I went, what the fuck, man? Okay, I just couldn't play. It felt really clunky. I'm like, this is fucked. It's just shit. And we came back to mine. He's like, yeah, you're right.
How about I
I
just bring the Xbox and we play NBA Jam 14?
How about I just bring my PS4 and we play? They actually released another NBA Jam, a new one.
You know what? Done.
I've
Bring your
actually
PS4. We're going to play AFL.
Hey, if they released a 16 one, no, they wouldn't have.
No, the old one, 15.
They were all terrible.
I got the first one and I actually liked it.
Oh, did you remember
I
that?
actually liked it.
Did you remember the one on Super Nintendo? Out of bounds.
That was on normal Nintendo.
That was on normal Nintendo?
Out of bounds.
Out of
We were saying that
bounds,
at
on
work
the
the other
full.
day.
Out
On
of
the full.
bounds. Out of bounds.
On
You used to love
I used to play that at a pub in Gully while the parents would have the counter meal. I'd go into the game room and play.
We played it at our work. We set it up at my old work, man. Half an hour at lunchtime, we're just playing. It was the best.
AFL 16 PS4.
Really? I haven't seen it.
AFL, actually, no, maybe not.
So I got the first one and I liked it. Made by an Australian company, Red Ant. And it was actually good.
Yeah, I remember
You know
that.
what we should do? We should have a
good, man. It
FIFA
was
night and an NBA night, man.
What the fuck was I bringing up about wrestling games? What was I going to ask you?
Nah.
Dude, I just realised what the tie-in was. Did you ever play the game NWO Thunder? I thought you played every game, man. What the fuck?
Not every wrestling game.
Okay, did you play WCW Nitro?
Probably.
You're hopeless. Nah, there's no probably. It's yes or no.
It was a lot of SmackDown versus Raw.
That's it. We're getting off the
I remember.
wrestling thing then.
After the...
No, I was just gonna say Nitro and Thunder. They had when you picked your character, you press a circle and it'd give a little rant reel of the character.
Yeah, like a little speech.
Booker T's one is the best one of all time. It's before he had the dreads. It was WCW, so he's just got all he's got is inflated pecs. Looks like he's just jabbed himself with 100
Some sort of
syringes.
fluid.
Yeah, he just comes out like, "This is Booker T, one of the hardest wrestlers in WCW today." And all I gotta say is, "Can you dig it, fucker?" It's just his roided up unit, man. And he's got hair he's out of Kid and Play, from the 80s.
Can you dig it,
fucker? It's golden, man.
Oh, God, man. Yeah. How did we get into
Hey, I
wrestling
got
so
some more
much?
exciting news, which I'm pretty stoked about.
Tell us, Johnny.
Been waiting to tell you boys.
Tell us. Okay.
Oh,
No, I'm excited. I'm excited
No,
for
this
you.
guy's barred up. Look at him.
nah. My little girl is finally toilet trained. How cool's that?
Nice.
Are you serious?
Yep.
Completely.
Completely.
Good.
She went to the supermarket with the shopping centre with her mum the other day 3 times. She got to take her to the toilet, completely.
Good.
Yeah.
Really?
That's
Yeah.
good, man.
And it was pretty much the first time she did it on her own, and from that point she just hasn't looked back, and it's just 100%.
Maybe she can teach you now.
Stop me pissing on the seat.
Sorry, Johnny. It was there. It was there. You opened it up. It was there.
I didn't say anything, man.
You didn't look.
I didn't say anything.
Nah, we love you, Johnny.
I didn't say anything.
No, that's
man.
good, man.
Because we've been trying to get her to go for ages.
Yeah.
And like it never, like it wasn't that she didn't know what to do. Like she didn't. It's not that she didn't understand the concept, but she refused to do it, or she was shy. So whenever she needed to go to the toilet, she'd run and hide, like in a cupboard or something, and just come out and be like, "Oh, sorry." Like,
yes, I've heard of that. A
Yeah,
lot of
it's
kids
like-
do that. They run to the cupboard. They're embarrassed.
embarrassed.
They're embarrassed.
Total embarrassment. That's what it is.
And they go to the cupboard and they hide.
So we read like you make them wear underpants, and that sort of helps them come along. So we started putting her in underpants, and it still wasn't like working. She'd still have like a little accident every now and then. And I always said to my girlfriend, I said, she just needs to do it once, then she'll be right. Like I know it, like I knew that's how it would be. And then sure enough, like 5 days ago, she did it. She just got up. We had her in knickers. She goes, I need to go to the toilet. Cool. Went to the toilet, and ever since then, she has not. She's not.
She goes, oh, this is nothing to be worried about. And she goes,
Yeah,
oh,
we
this is
gave
cool.
her high fives and gave her a little present. Like, well done. Now she's just 100% just trained.
How'd you get through the process of like I've never had to toilet train a toddler, so I've got no idea. How'd you go through the process of like getting her to go, like to the like going to the bathroom and that whole thing? Like how do you go through the steps, like to get them off the diapers and all that sort of shit?
Yeah, well, like the first step is you just try and explain, and then you progress to making them wear underpants like knickers.
Okay.
And then they kind of get it in their head that if they do it in there, it's going to be kind of messy. Like, so they need to like do something about it. But she would still just have little accidents. Like it wouldn't. Yeah. But then the other day she went, and now she's just a pro now, dude. Like all day, I need the toilet. She goes off by herself. She's got a little chair she sits on, and yeah.
Wish someone gave me
It's
a
just so
gift
cool,
every
man.
time.
Took a dump.
He's a Mars bar.
He's a smoke. just drabs of smoke. Hey, good work, Johnny. Just have a smoke.
I'm a big boy.
Man. Oh, come on, man. We know grown men that aren't housebroken, man. They fucking don't know what's going on.
Yeah, but I'm so happy,
that's
man.
good, man.
It's
That's
just,
good.
I'm like so proud.
How
Like,
old is she
it's
now?
just proud. She's 3 on the 21st, same date as you.
Oh,
so,
yeah, 21st. Yeah, man.
But it's not the fact that she didn't know what to do. She just was embarrassed, and now she's
A
over
lot
it.
of
It's just cool as.
we have that as well with my wife, like Ren's twins. They're starting to, because they're 2.5 now.
Yep.
They're at the same, roughly the same age.
Yeah.
And they're starting to get in that habit now of they're wearing their knickers, but they still have those accidents. They run to the room, and they come out like, oh shit, you know, like. But they're getting used to it now. They're getting used
she
to
did it once, like perfectly by herself, no little accidents, and now she's just.
And I think it's the age too. They start at 2.5, 3. They'll start to get into that.
Yeah, that's. I'm
So
you know what?
fucking
I'm gonna
cool, man. I'm
ask
so
my mum
proud.
when I actually got like toilet trained.
Man, I was house trained at 9 months. No,
Using the urinal at the footy, strolls out, does like the Conor McGregor like rubber man stroll,
man.
just
On the way out.
I'm like a year old, you know.
just strolling through the
I'm at the
toilet.
cubicle reading a Herald Sun. It's like someone walks in, you mind? Like,
Excuse me.
Just in the newspaper turn.
and I'm looking at the tab at the races.
TNB.
I gotta stop.